Gather your hands together and send your prayers away. Whisper your utmost love to Allah and ask Him what you may.
So I want to ask a question, and I hope, inshallah, that whether you're Muslim or non-Muslim, if you are a human being, I hope that we ask these questions to ourselves at least once in our life, and I hope that we don't die before we've asked these questions to ourselves. Number one, why do we have drugs today when everyone knows that it's bad for humanity? I ask you, why? Why do we have alcohol when literally it's the mother of all sins out there, and I don't have to give you the stats of how it's destroyed societies after societies? Why do we have alcohol then? Why do we have people claiming to be atheists when they eat, they sleep, they drink, they breathe the very air on the very earth that their Lord created for them, and then they say, I don't believe in God? How could that be? Why is there atheists today? Everyone, regardless of how beautiful you are, how rich you are, how ugly you may be, how much money you have, or what background you may be from, every one of you believes in one thing, that is death. Every one of us has to go through this. Nobody here can deny that we have to go through death. Then why is it that people are acting like they are gods? How is that possible? Why is it that we're being taught YOLO, right? You lived once, you only live once, live it up, die hard with a vengeance, it's a good day to die hard, and list goes on. Why do we have gambling when everyone knows it's destroying families? I ask you why. Why do we have fornication, political unrest all over the world, corruption, economical unrest, and list goes on and on? Why? Do all of us not agree this is bad stuff? One answer, we forgot to submit to the one that created us. Let's go over 2012's top songs, the multi-platinum figures, blah, blah, blah. The top songs in 2012. Let's hear how much the hereafter is mentioned here. Number one, Sexy and I Know It. Young, Wild and Free. The One That Goes Away. Got Away. Set Fire to the Rain. Dance. Turn Me On. Stronger, What Doesn't Kill You. We Are Young. Turn Up the Music. Wild Ones. Boyfriend. What Makes You Beautiful. Call Me Maybe. Payphone. Whistle. Blow Me One Last Kiss. Some Nights. We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. One More Night. Live While You're Young. Die Young. Diamonds. Locked Up Out of Heaven. Don't Wake Me Up. Ho Hey. MashaAllah. That's what you're listening to. That's what our youth are listening to. And then we wonder, why is all these problems going on? Because people forgot to submit. Everything that's entering through your ear goes to your heart, and that is what's affecting your limbs. And then people ask, how do you guys pray? You guys have music? No, we actually submit. We prostrate. We do what all the messengers did. Oh, really? We forgot. Our bodies cannot submit because what's going in our ears, in our hearts, we forget what true submission is. Some of the questions that might come up when somebody tells you about Islam is, how come there's a hellfire? How come you guys pray 5 times a day? I mean, isn't it too much that we spend all of our lives almost in cubicles working, but then Allah asks us for 20 or 30 minutes of worship, and we find that to be too much? But still, we get asked that question, why do you pray 5 times a day? How come your women stand behind you in the prayer? How come you guys are terrorists? What do you people do in your mosques? How come women cover themselves up? That's all you hear. But nobody thinks that Islam, what is the whole crux and core of the word Islam? What does it even mean? The whole word means submission. It's not Muhammadiyans or the Makkiyans or the Madaniyans. Islam, the word itself, is submission, is for everybody. It does not make us, we're not a cult, we're not from a certain area, we're not Muhammadianity, we are Muslims, the ones that submit to the will of Allah. One question I ask, and I end with this, when you walk out of this conference, are you going to make the decision today and say, you know what, man, enough is enough. I think I've disobeyed Allah enough. I think I know the truth, I just need to submit. I submit, do you? Jazakallah khair.
Gather your hands together and send your prayers away. Whisper your utmost love to Allah and ask Him what you may. Feel His remembrance in your heart and your eyes and your ears and your mind, your soul and your tears.